I know you got something to say.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Dan Ige and Sean Woodson fight, guys. Uh, a little is what that was. I mean, Dan Ige's just pounding him in the back of the head, back of the head, back of the head. Sean Woodson standing up to his feet when the referee decides to step in and call the fight. It was a terrible, terrible stoppage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP. And in today's video, we will be doing a number of things. We'll be doing a recap of UFC 314, which was a great card, by the way. We'll play a little bit of matchmaker, give you guys some fights that we wish they'd schedule. They might happen, they might not. And then we're going to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into the next UFC card that we have, which is UFC Fight Night Gary versus Prates. Last weekend, JP, really good, fun weekend, full of great fights all throughout the card. What were some of your biggest takeaways?
I would say it was definitely the best card of the year for me, at least. Um, yeah, I mean, where to begin? I mean, first of all, Volk looked like the Volk of old. I know there was that one point, and I was kind of, I don't want to say I was hoping for it because obviously I picked Lopez. I locked Lopez. It was what it was. But when he dropped him in the second round, I was like, oh my god, here we go again. But Volk looked good, dude. He kept his wits. When he got back to the corner, he was asking him what it was, so it didn't look like he necessarily got put out or like his equilibrium went off. It was just kind of like a flash knockdown thing, like it was fast on the button, but he was never really gone. The decision, I know we were talking about it live. I could have seen going into the fifth. I could have seen it 2-2. I mean, maybe that's part of the Lopez pick talking. I definitely think Lopez won 2. Um, I think 4 was kind of up in the air, but I think Volk did enough. Like, I'm not mad at the 3-2 or the 4-1. 4-1's I'm like, kind of, but I think he definitely did enough to win. I mean, good for him. I still think Lopez is a killer. And it just sets us up. I mean, we'll get into the matchmaking later, but it sets us up for Lopez Yair, which I feel like everybody just wants to see now.
For sure. I mean, that was a great fight. We obviously saw Volk return to old form, looked really good. Overall, great performance. But the talk of the night, JP, Paddy Pimblett absolutely dismantling Michael Chandler. I can sit here and say I personally didn't see it coming. Some of you guys did. JP picked Paddy Pimblett. That was probably the best performance of his career to date by far. Like, not even
Oh,
close.
yeah.
He absolutely just picked him apart, took him down, demolished him. I mean, Michael Chandler didn't even look like himself. That's how bad Paddy Pimblett beat up on him on Saturday. It was honestly mind blowing to me.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's night and day. And I didn't realize apparently he broke his foot or something in the Gordon fight. At like the beginning of the fight, first round or something. So I didn't realize that. Little things like that happen all the time, but yeah, Patty just looked and Michael's big, not necessarily tall, but he's a stocky dude. He's got some weight on him, and Patty dwarfed him basically in the cage that night. He looked massive, looked great. I mean,
He's in great
uh,
shape.
oh, phenomenal. Ever since, and we were saying it Saturday night, ever since the doctors told him, hey, you got to stop eating pizza and stop getting fat.
No more Patty the Fatty, that's for sure.
They say you're gonna kill yourself if you keep doing this. And he's like, hey lad, no more pizza for me, lad. Chandler, you dirty sausage. And he's, oh my god, the mic skills, calling him mushroom. It's phenomenal. Yeah, by far and away, his best performance. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the Yair fight.
I mean, that's just a case of it looked like Patricio Pitbull had UFC jitters, which sucks because you don't expect that of a guy of such caliber, Bellator champion, double champ. He goes to different organizations. He fought in Rise, and now you come over to the UFC and you just look hesitant in a 3-round bout. And you're talking in the press conference all week like, the title is mine. I'm going to show these guys, why the Pitbull, blah, 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 blah. Looked kind of bad, very hesitant. It looked like he had UFC jitters, and that's just not a great look for a 37-year-old Patricio Pitbull. Good win for Yair, I guess, but I feel like there was a lot left on the table in that one.
I mean, and it's exactly what we said when we were picking it, bro. We cannot sit at range and strike with a kid who's fucking phenomenal at kicking you, and he's much bigger than you are. You're automatically, I don't care how good you think you are, you're automatically at a disadvantage. He's longer, his kicking skills are phenomenal. BJJ black belt, it doesn't matter if you're not going to take him down, if you're not even going to shoot. Just the IQ for me was just upsetting in a way to watch that. I mean, everything that he's done in his career in Bellator,
Yeah.
UFC jitters, IQ, whatever it was. But the one I do want to talk about.
This one got us up out of our seats, bro.
Everybody, all freaking week. I don't know what the internet's doing. Everybody hates Bryce Mitchell, then they love Bryce Mitchell, and then they have Bryce Mitchell's back.
And they hate John Silva.
And they hate Jean. They love him. They hate him. I get it. He's a bit of a weirdo. May have a touch of the tism. We don't know. Okay? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Jesus Christ. The dude is so goddamn entertaining. He's going to get ragdolled. He's going to get ragdolled. Jordan took him down. Oh my God. If he could do that, what is Bryce Mitchell going to do? Bryce Mitchell's just going to go to sleep while he's getting knocked out or choked out. Ninja choke. Disgusting. I don't know how Bryce got out of that ghillie. That ghillie was so tight. Oh my God. John Silva is probably, if not my favorite, top 3 favorite fighters to watch right now.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about making an absolute statement, going out there saying all week, I'm a KO, I'm going to kill Bryce Mitchell, and then going and subbing him, which that's Bryce Mitchell's specialty. Like that was ultra impressive. If you ask me, getting the sub, we weren't expecting it. I don't know what the odds were on that, but I would love to see, throughout the course of the week what those were. I had money on the KO, but you know what? The ninja choke was just as impressive, and we were up on our feet screaming, you, me, and Nate losing our minds whenever he locked that choke in, and we saw him tap, and then his head bounced off the canvas because he went out shortly after. So crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. And Bryce is, I like to watch him fight. He's a good fighter. I just think he's an idiot. I really do. I don't think he's a smart guy. I just think he's dumb. But that one was what it was. Dominic Reyes got a nice KO, gorgeous KO. Looks like he's back. I didn't think about making a next matchup for him. Maybe I could do it live. But I know you got something to say.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Dan Ige and Sean Woodson fight, guys. A load of horseshit is what that was. I mean, Dan Ige's just pounding him in the back of the head, back of the head, back of the head. Sean Woodson standing up to his feet when the referee decides to step in and call the fight. It was a terrible, terrible stoppage. Sean Woodson clearly won the first 2 rounds, was going to survive that last round. He just got caught. He got clipped with the left hand. That happens to everyone. But we see the fight before. Ref doesn't stop it. He gives the guy plenty of time to recover when that one probably could have been stopped. And then we see in this one, such an early stoppage. Let's fix the inconsistency. That's all I'm asking for. Sean Woodson deserved to win that fight. He deserves to be in the top 15 in the featherweight division. Dan Ige, you got lucky as hell. Terrible stoppage. It's not Dan Ige's fault, but like shots to the back of the head. Nothing was given to him as far as a warning goes. And then the referee steps in, calls it, says, "Oh yeah, you were just pounding him in the back." Get me out of here, bro. I lost my mind. That literally is when I lost my mind. Yeah, he just said, "Oh yeah, this was too much." Yeah, on the back of the brain, bro. It's so frustrating when stuff like that happens. I love Sean Woodson. I hope they give him another crack because honestly, this is one that could potentially be overruled into a no contest. I mean, we've seen that happen in the past, but they were clearly to the back of the head. The stoppage was terrible. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna rant for a little bit here. Which I picked with you with Sean Woodson for the first time ever, and I said, don't get happy because I might jinx us. Long and behold, some whack shit happens. Sean, the Cave Troll Woodson's beaten off in the cage, and the ref didn't like it. He said, "Hey, no, can't be doing that." And you guys don't believe us? Go watch it again. I swear to God, the ref did that. The judging. I don't think you know this, but we talked about it with the first couple fights. The Cowan cornhole fight. Some judge scored the first round for Nora. You're not scoring the first round for her. She was on her back the entire time, but some judge gave her the first round. So we were talking about that, worrying about the judges. Another judge, that same judge that scored that, gave Tulio a 10-8 over Trayshawn Gore in the first round of their fight. You can't do that. He got dropped in that first round. Granted, they both did. You can't give somebody a 10-8 if they're both dropping each other. Like, and I get it. Tulio's beating his ass. We picked Tulio. It wasn't a 10-8 though. So we're worried about the scorecards. The Suma Derje fight. There's no way in hell Mitch Raposo won that. Absolutely not. And some judge gave him that. Terrible decision there. I mean, Suma Derje did win, but and then I don't think you know this. Okay. Let me make sure I'm correct. Yes, I am.
Don't tell me
Yeah.
they were going to screw him over on the scorecards if it went to decision.
All three judges gave that fight up until that point 2-0 Dan Ige. All three.
2-0 Dan Ige?
First two rounds, all three judges gave to Dan Ige.
What? So we would have got to the scorecards and they would have said winner by unanimous decision, Dan Ige.
Yeah.
Wow. That probably saved a hole in my wall. It probably saved a broken TV screen because I would have more so lost my mind than I already did.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
I don't understand how but the stoppage itself, atrocious. Pathetic. Yeah. I mean, if he stopped it when he got wobbled originally, I'd be less upset. But you didn't stop that, and then back of the head, and then he goes to stand back up, not even wobbling. Oh, it's over. Oh my God. Never seen that guy ref before. Get him the fuck out. We don't need him to ref ever again.
And all those judges.
That's terrible.
Sit down, dude. Terrible. Week in and week out. Terrible judging.
Christopher Edgehill. Put him in the Sal D'Amato conversation trash.
Goodness gracious. I mean, overall, though, good pay-per-view. I'm ready to play some matchmaking, JP. What about you?
100%. Yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's do it. You want to start? Why don't you kick us off?
I'll kick us off. Matchmaking. Some of these, I wouldn't be shocked if some of these happen.
Yeah.
Okay? We might get a call. They might tell us, hey, you guys are pretty damn good at this. Come over and do it. I'm going to start in the women's division, okay? I'm going to start in the women's division. I know Brevin didn't do too many of them, but I gotta give my girl a shout out, and get her a fight. But yeah, we're gonna build like a pay-per-view card, whatever. Just pick a couple fights we want to see. Sucks that we have a week off from UFC. I'm sure the wives are happy about it. Easter's this Sunday. We can't have people punching each other in the face on Easter. Okay, you got to search for eggs and shit like that. But yeah, starting at strawweight. Okay. Going back to last weekend, 314. We picked Jandiroba over, what's her name? I'm forgetting it for some reason. Zhao Nan. She ragdolled her. Almost put her in a bunch of arm bars. I think that last one was very close. Saved by the bell. I said it in the breakdown video, and I'm going to say it again. Zhao Nan or Jandiroba and Weili, especially with the performance she put on. I think Zhao Nan was a little bit better with takedown and takedown defense against Weili. Granted, she still did get manhandled, but I want to see Jandiroba and Weili go at it. Weili striking.
I think it's time. I think it's deserving of Jandiroba. I mean, who else are you going to give her? Like, she has 100%. Fought her way to a title fight. Like, it's clear and obvious.
100%. And we were talking about it Saturday. Her striking's come a long way. She used to look terrible on the feet. Atrocious. It's come a long way. I think she has an understanding how to get in range to get her takedown. She's not shooting from way the fuck back there. Yeah. Jandiroba, Weili, next title fight. If not, give Weili a super fight. But I know Shevchenko and Bureau are going at it, so those two fights can happen. And if Weili wins, maybe Weili can go up and fight whoever wins that. But that one for sure. Another one I want to see. I know Tatiana just lost to Weili. I do want to see Tatiana get back in there. Why not give her Mackenzie Dern?
Yeah.
Mackenzie's coming off a win. I forget who is against. She's coming off a win. Tatiana is coming off a loss to the champ. Got to get a couple more under her belt. I mean, why not get more active? I think Dern's, she's also a good grappler, not necessarily a wrestler, but I'd like to see that. So those two, smack them on the same card if you want. Either way, strawweight right there. Women's flyweight 125. This one was kind of tough. There's a lot of matchups already right now. Someone we haven't seen fight in a while, Tracy Cortez, right? Tracy Cortez and Viviana Arujo. Viviana's got hands. She's got power. Tracy's a wrestler. Tracy just fought against Rose. Her fight against Miranda got canceled. And then now Miranda, they were rescheduled, and then it just kind of fizzled out for some reason. But Miranda's now fighting Rose in a couple weeks, couple months. So I think Tracy, I think it's time to get back in there. She's been doing a lot of press and shit for the UFC. Get back in there, take on Viviana, a strong girl, good striker, and see how that one goes. Other than that, at 125, it's just a belt, really. Nobody else is. It was hard to put these ones together because we're looking for some high level stuff here, okay? And then Bantamweight, women's 135. This one was also tough because a lot of the girls at the top have either already fought each other, they're currently fighting. Who is it? Pena and Kayla Harrison. They're going at it. They just had the press conference. They were chirping back and forth. Word is one of them might get Amanda coming out of retirement. That would be a cool fight. I think Pena's ass. Let's just throw that out there. I think she's atrocious. But Pennington, the girl that she just beat, which, I mean, Brevin, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but the Pena-Pennington fight was a classic Sal D'Amato fucking rob job.
You know, which fight isn't? This guy just loves to put his name in the hat of absolute screw jobs. I mean, if this was baseball, he'd be Angel Hernandez behind the plate. I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus Christ, get this freaking dude out of here. He's atrocious. But Dumont. And what brought Dumont into my mind is Tulia. We just saw Tulia last week. Beat the shit out of Gore. She was in his corner.
Right. It was Tulio that brought her into your mind.
There's a theme of everybody I've picked in the women's fight so far. Anyways. Dumont's on a winning streak. Pennington just lost the belt. Is she going to retire? Is she not? Dumont's fought pretty much everybody who's ranked. Almost just about everybody. Somebody she hasn't fought is already booked. Give her Pennington. You know, who else is she going to fight? If she wins that, I say she gets a crack at the belt next. You know?
Yeah.
And looking into that, do you remember Megan Anderson?
I think so.
She was the tall, tattooed chick. She fought Amanda and just got dismantled.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever happened to her? She was hyped up for the women's fighters, and then she knocked out Norma Dumont with a right cross. She was winning all these fights, and then Amanda beat the brakes off of her, and she hasn't fought since.
Well, that's what she does to some girls.
Yeah, when you hit like a man, I guess that's what happens. But yep, those are the 3 women's fights. Throw them on a pay-per-view, throw them on a fight night, whatever. That's high level for me for women's fights that I want to watch.
No, I agree. Like those fights, we talk about it with the women's fights. Like we're not always going to hate on them. When they are high level, they're fun to watch. I mean, we saw that last weekend. Jandaroba's one of those individuals that is so skilled, fun to watch. I like those fights. They'd be really good. And honestly, that's probably who they should fight next, if you ask me. Now let's move to the men's flyweight division. JP, I know for a fact I'm going to throw you for a loop on this one. You never would see it coming, but I would really love to see Kai Asakura versus Steve Ursig. We saw Asakura step in, fight for the belt against Pantoja, got taken down, got submitted. It just really wasn't close. Steve Ursig would stand there and bang with Kai Asakura, who has crazy knockout power. I think that would make for a great matchup. It wouldn't be on the ground whatsoever. They're just going to stand and throw, similar like what we saw in Ursig's last time out with Brandon Moreno. I think it would make for fireworks. What do you think?
I like that one. I like that. I wasn't even thinking about Kai at all. I looked at Ursig. I was like, I'll kind of leave him to the side, but I like that. I mean, a lot of people didn't like that he got a title shot right off the bat, but
I know, but he's
for
so skilled.
Sigs,
I'd love to see him back in the octagon. I don't even know if he's going to fight again. He doesn't have a scheduled bout. It's been a few months. Like, what's he going to do? I don't know.
I like that. I like that one. That's he did come and throw me for a loop, and I thought mine was a little unique, but I like that fight. Good fight. My 125er. Okay, we saw him fight recently. Dude's got stupid power. We said he'd gas out because of how hard he throws, and he didn't. I went with Ramazan Tamarov. Okay, cracked himself into the top 15 at 125. And I thought, who is this dude gonna fight? Okay, because we can't jump him up too high.
Sure.
Got to keep him right there. Who should he fight? And I was looking at the rankings. I was like, I need somebody who's kind of decent all around, who's hard, maybe a grizzled vet. And I got my eye caught on somebody. And I looked at his Tapology page. He had a fight canceled. He's not booked right now. Give me Ramazan Tamarov versus Tim Elliott. Okay? Tim Elliott, a little crafty on the ground. He's tough. You can crack him. He'll stick around. Dude goes through wars. Tamarov hits hard as shit. He's got decent takedown defense. I'd like to see it. I think that would be a war. I think Tim would try and drown him into deep waters. But, man, that one just sounds entertaining to me.
100%. I think that would be a great matchup. And I would love to see Tamarov fight again. He looked great his last time out because, like you said, we thought he was going to get gassed. He didn't get gassed. So, can he carry that power through all rounds of the fight? So far, it seems like he can. He's a dangerous individual inside of that flyweight division for sure.
Yep.
All right. Do you want to kick off the bantamweight? Since I took the flyweight, we can alternate like that.
I can kick off
Let's
bantamweight. I
do
can
it.
kick off bantamweight. Mine is this one's another one that's a little out there.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of gravitated towards fighters I like watching. You know, exciting guys. I'm not taking the chance of getting a Torres fucking Finney type performance. All right. I'm
True.
sick of it. 135. Guy that we watched fight, and he almost lost there at the end. But I'm a big fan of him. Marcus McGee. Like his power, like his stand up, takedown defense okay. We got to do something with the leg kicks. He almost got taken out with a leg kick in his last fight in the third round. He was hopping around, running away from Jonathan Martinez. Against somebody who we saw recently get project, but he's also a stand-up guy. Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips, Marcus McGee. What do you think about that one?
I think it's good. I mean, Kyler Phillips coming off of a nice win in his last time out, and Marcus McGee, like you said, nice win over Martinez. Great, scraped by there at the end. That leg was
Jesus.
compromised. Kyler Phillips, though, I mean, he may try to take Marcus McGee down. I don't know. I think it would be a good matchup, and like those are the questions that really kind of give you the knowledge that this is a good matchup if you have to ask those questions. How would that fight go? That's intriguing from a fan's perspective. I like it.
Yep. And again, I just kind of tinkered. I looked at the rankings. I thought of a couple other people who weren't ranked, but I
Yeah.
was like, I like the rankings and like the bottom, maybe moving somebody up like 3 or 4 spots, fighting that guy, whatever is it. But
Yeah.
yeah, Marcus McGee, I enjoy watching him fight.
Yeah. Same here. All right. For mine, kind of took a layup, JP. Not going to lie. It was a wide open
Fair.
layup. We have to see Peter Yan versus the winner of Sean and Marab. He fought both of them very well. Split decision against Sean O'Malley. Some say he won that fight. I think that would be a great rematch. And then with Marab, I mean, can Marab attempt 50 takedowns once more? We'll see. I would like to see that rematch. Either way, he's fought himself into that position that he deserves the shot at the title, in my opinion. That being Peter Yan, more so than maybe even this rematch between Sean and Marab. But hey, either way, I think it's a great selling point. It's a great fight for us to tune into and watch.
Yeah, I love O'Malley, but yeah, I don't blame you. I would have been fine if they said Marab and Jan too for the belt right now, and have Sean fight somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I kind of agree with people. I'm not exactly stoked how the first fight went to see it again right away. Sean looks like he's locked in and stuff like that, but
Sure.
I
But I don't,
mean,
like you said, I kind of like to see Sean go out there and just starch somebody, right?
oh yeah,
Rebuild the hype,
100%. Yeah, another highlight,
right?
and then be like, oh okay, he still got it
Yep.
type thing. Yeah, he looked great in that Figgy fight. He's I mean, he's another guy that loses and then just comes back and looks even better type of thing. But I like that. I like that one. And then that is it's a layup fair, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everybody, like I said, was screaming for that one before we got the rematch.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, there's a couple layups that I have, but you know what? I'll take it all day, every day. The next one, being in the featherweight division, AP probably knows where I'm going with this one because I said it to him many times on Saturday. Let's get Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez booked right now. I mean, to see them go back and forth at the press conference was awesome. Volkanovski was worried he wasn't going to have an opponent if they actually started trading blows there at the press conference, which they almost did. I mean, certainly visually looked like it. I would love to see the build up for that one and then them finally settle the beef inside the closed doors in an octagon. I think it would be fireworks from start to finish.
Oof. Man, I think I can visualize that fight perfectly too. I think Yair's gonna try and kick at range. One thing I liked about Diego in the Volk fight too. I mean, I don't like that he didn't have a jab. We're not. He didn't ever go first, and he just kind of let Volk go first. And when you let Volk do that and get off and mix it up, I mean, he showed you he's still a monster to deal with. But
And we saw that in the
Diego,
striking totals. But
yeah,
Diego, whenever he did throw, he catch Volk and the power is there. So it's like if he can just
100%.
put his foot on the gas pedal a little bit. But then it makes you wonder, was that kind of like the fear of the 5 rounds? Was he just a little bit more hesitant to push the
True.
pace early? You know, all kinds of
Didn't want
questions
to
there.
gas out, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I would have liked him seeing go first and try and touch up Volk first, and then let Volk kind of try and counter strike. Because I don't necessarily think Volk is a counter striker, but I think he'd put Yair on the back foot. I think he'd press forward for sure. He's definitely got the ground advantage. Yair, yeah, he throws up stuff, but I mean, everybody wants to see it. We got to see it. For me, I had that one as well, but I figured you would have it. I picked a fight that I feel like two guys that we like a lot. One of them is very obvious. Okay, obviously I went with Jean Silva. I have to go with Jean Silva. Love Jean Silva. I will tune into every single fucking fight he has, and I'll bet on him. And then I thought, who should he fight? Maybe somebody else on a winning streak. Maybe somebody else we really like a lot. Maybe somebody who just won and people didn't like the way he won. Maybe some people said he was on his bike. Well, if there's anybody that's going to knock you off your bike, it's Jean Silva. I took Jean Silva against Yusuf Zalal. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a certified banger. The Lord versus the Moroccan Devil.
Now that's sick.
Oh man, that one's nasty. I feel like that would be good. I don't know who I'd pick. I think I'd pick Jean, but that one would be tough.
Yeah. No, it really would. But that would be an amazing fight nonetheless.
And I think the winner of that one automatically skyrocketed. Like the winner of that one's got to get top five,
In the top five. Yeah, for sure.
if not a top five opponent for their next fight. But that one, oh man, what was Oh, I have another one for 45. I have another one for 45. So I had the Yair one. The other one I gave John Silver some love. Said, hey, let's not forget about good old Brycey. Okay, Brycey's choked out. He woke up. That's okay. We'll get him another fight. We saw another guy ragdoll somebody the week prior. Give me Bryce Mitchell against Pat Sabatini. Okay.
Wow.
Pat Sabatini, grappling, looked great. Got knocked out by Lopez. But then in his most recent fight, I mean, he lost us money. You know, we picked against him. And Bryce, they're both grapplers. Both of their striking is not peak really, but when they're both grapplers like that, they're going to stand on the feet. A lot of the times you get a banger off of that because they're not solidified, great technique. I like the thought of that one too.
Yeah, 100%. All right. You're up for the next one, buddy. I won't steal your thunder.
Oh, 55. Brevin, what
Lock.
is your favorite weight class right now? I think it's 55 for me.
Yeah, either 55 or 45. Those guys are very fun to watch.
Oh my god, explosive, fun to watch. You got to go with Patty. I had to go with Patty. Who's he gonna fight? The top of 55 right now is all over the place, jumbled up. I had a couple for him. I think I would just rather see Patty versus Gaethje. Patty, Gaethje. Gaethje's coming to take his head off. He's got good takedown defense. Scousers don't get knocked out, but fuck.
There's one guy to do it.
It's going to be Justin Gaethje with that little shovel uppercut he has in the clinch. That thing
Right.
is disgusting. Patty looked phenomenal. I could have gone with DP. I know Poirier's looking for one. I just didn't know. I know people are saying Islam, Topuria, Oliveira. I could have gone with Oliveira. I didn't know what we're doing with Topuria, but yeah, I had Patty Gaethje. I'll let you go next, but I also have another one that I feel like would be a banger.
Yeah, no, honestly, full transparency, I had Patty and Justin Gaethje as well.
Really?
I think that would be fireworks, dude. I think it would be awesome to see. I don't think Patty deserves a fight against Armin at this point, but like he keeps calling him out too, and I just love when two guys are at each other's throats, right? And
Yeah,
Armin's been like tweeting stuff at Patty, and like that builds up a fight like no other for me. I don't think you're gonna take Patty and Armin at this point. I think Patty needs one more, and then he has, that opportunity at that point. But yeah,
I
Justin
agree.
Gaethje to me makes a lot of sense for Patty the Batty.
I like that a lot. And like we just said, that little shovel uppercut, dude. That showed on Fazeev. He clips you barely. All right. I have a theme. Dude, I had a theme of the women's fighters. High level was the theme. It was high
Right.
level women's fighters. um, I was looking through it and I was like, who else would I want to watch? I had a feeling you'd pick Patty as well and match him up with somebody. I had John Silva in there. But you know what? Give me the fucking fighting nerds. Let me make a couple fights for the fighting nerds. Mauricio Rufy, you know who he should take on? Give him a grappler. Okay. He's entertaining. The UFC does this. They give a entertaining striker to a grappler. He gets wrestle fucked and it's boring, and then everybody hates it, and then they lose the hype. Give him another striker who's also entertaining, who's coming for a firefight. Mauricio Rufy and Manuel Torres.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. I mean, Rufy, he definitely needs that next step up in competition, but like you said, it can't be against someone that's just gonna wrestle him the whole time. Like I love to
Exactly.
see the high level striking.
And Manuel Torres just got a win. He got knocked out by Bahamondes, moved back down, and then you beat Drew Dober. How high does that really take you? You know what I mean?
Right.
And Rufy's, I like that one a lot. That one, calling my name for sure.
All right. In the welterweight division, this is another one on the outskirts that you may not see. I chose MVP versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Good
Two
one.
very high level kickboxers that are just going to stand there and trade shots. Like that to me is a fun fight to watch. Like stylistically, they're just going to kick each other's legs all night long, kick each other's heads. It's like
100%.
explosive, it's fun, and it's like who's the highest skill kickboxer out of those two? I think that would be a good question to find out.
100%. Yeah, that's high level karate style right there. I know they're friends, but I mean, you can be friends all you want. You got to get in there. You're getting paid. Doesn't got to be bad blood, but that's a high level striker's delight right there. I would also like to see that. Who do you think wins that one?
At this point in their careers, I think MVP's still got it compared to Stephen Thompson. I don't know. Maybe it's a little recency bias, but I'm very high on MVP. Like I really am. I think some of his matchups early on weren't the best, and then Ian Gary did a great job wrestling him, and I think he outstruck Ian Gary. And now we see Ian Gary is fighting Prates. So,
Which is a banger in itself.
right, yeah, I would take MVP.
I like that. That's a good one. This one was kind of tough for me. A little tough, but I went with a guy I enjoy watching quite a bit in 170, Joaquin Buckley.
Oh yeah,
I said who are we giving him? He's been on a tear. All right, he lost a couple, went on a couple skid. Um, in my mind, I feel like give him Usman.
Yep.
Kamaru Usman, Joaquin Buckley. Is Usman retiring or is he still fighting? Because if he's still fighting, give him the guy who's on a win streak. If he beats him, okay, Usman's still here. If he loses, I feel like it's a perfect ride off into the sunset, is what it is. Buckley wins that, fights for the title next after that title fight.
Well, if they schedule him against Buckley, he's retiring. I mean, Buckley has been on an absolute tear. He looks insane right now.
I like that. If he wins that, I think he fights the winner of Jack Della and Bilal.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, actually, Sean Brady probably will, but
Deservingly so.
yeah.
All right.
To me now?
You're up on the middleweights.
Middleweights, the big boys. This one, I had a couple. Okay, I have one. Hamzat DDP.
Yep.
Now it is Monday, right now. So for one, the rankings have not changed from this past weekend's card yet. That's tomorrow. So if they change, whatever. As of right now, when we're filming this, most of these fights, I believe, we both looked them up. There, nobody has anything booked for the guys we're choosing. I believe Hamzat and DDP are going to be announced tomorrow. I think Dana hinted at that during his post-fight press conference. They talked about who's headlining the International Fight Week card. Guy was like, Hamzat in a title fight would be kind of cool. And Dana was like, yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? And he's like, any announcement on the main event? And he was like, Tuesday. So I think he's going to announce it tomorrow. I believe it's going to be Hamzat and DDP. So I was going to use that one. Like, again, it's kind of obvious. So instead, I stuck to my theme of the fighting nerds. Kyle Barajo. Who should we give him? Give him Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, Kyle Barajo. I mean, Barajo's good at grappling. We'll see what the stand-up's like. I know Sean's got a great jab teep. That's about it. Philly shell. But I like these fighting nerds, dude. I want to see these fighting nerds fight. We haven't seen Barajo in a tiny bit. We've seen the other two a little bit more. I'd like to see that one.
Yeah. No, 100%. You stole my two. I've got DDP and Hamza. That's a must. We have to see that fight. That's a great matchup. I think Kyle versus Sean would be amazing. Hell, let's ruin the podcast and schedule Robert Whitaker and Israel Adesanya. Adesanya. Still can't
Another
pronounce it
rematch?
right. Well, they're like best friends now. So,
Yeah.
like, let's go see a hug fest out there. They'd just be patting each other on the back. Hey, I love doing the podcast with you. It'd be like you and me out there. Yeah. So. No, Hamzat DDP for sure, and then Kaio and Sean Strickland would be a really good matchup. I think Kaio's just better. I think he's
Mhm.
better.
I
That's
agree. And I think that's another one that he wins that.
title shot.
Oh, yeah, title shot. If not, we're getting the loser of the one who just fought for the title type thing, which is
That's right,
Sean right now. So, yeah,
for
I like
sure.
that one.
All right, light heavyweight, and this one, I don't. Goodness gracious, I didn't know where to go to with it, and like the only fight that I want to see right now, to be quite frank with you, is Magomed Ankalaev and Pereira too. Like. And that rematch is coming. Like, I know that's gonna be a fight, that we will see, but outside of that, I did give Dominic Reyes a little love after his performance. I think Dominic Reyes versus Carlos Ulberg would be a really good matchup. Ulberg, good kickboxer. He'll stand there and bang with Dominic Reyes. He's not gonna just try to ragdoll him and take him down. So I like that matchup as well.
Oh, yeah, the rematch definitely needs to happen. I know they're planning on it. So it's interesting you picked Dominic Carlos. I like that fight as well. Um, I went the other way. I had Carlos as well. I want to see because I think Carlos is right there. The on fight was what it was. I
Sure.
didn't, whatever. He won and whatever. We're moving on. Uh, in my head, give me Carlos and Yuri. I'd love to see that fight. I mean, Yuri's gonna press forward. Carlos has got hands of stone. I mean, Jan Blachowicz kind of froze him a little bit, but I think Jan is a lot more technically defensive than
Sure.
Yuri is. And I'd like to see Yuri and Carlos go at it.
Yeah, it would be fireworks. Yuri throws caution to the wind, more often than not. So I would love to see that fight as well.
Yeah, I think it would be nuts. I think it would be nuts for sure.
All right, man. Heavyweight division. We're here. I know we didn't want to talk about this one.
We made it. I mean, do I have to say anything? Do I have to say anything?
I don't know.
Obviously, obviously, I'll keep my words short so I don't get us canceled. Um, the Duckmaster versus Tom. It's got to be Tom versus John. Has to be. Has to be. Fucking has to be.
We have
And
to see that fight.
I'd shit my pants if that's what Dana's announcing tomorrow. I'd love it. If you ask me, do I truly think it's going to happen? I don't. I really don't. I think John's out or whatever. I think John's waiting for Tom to be like, fuck it, I'll fight somebody else. And I think he's going to pray to God that Tom loses. And then when he loses, John's going to be like, oh, you guys wanted me to fight him? He can't even win it. I think he's ducking for dear life. I really do. It was the obvious one, though. So I was like, oh, let me get a little fun new one, right? It's heavyweight. We don't see a lot of technical guys in heavyweight. Hell, who was it that I saw was ranked in heavyweight?
There's a lot of bums.
Taliesin Teixeira is ranked 14 at heavyweight.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Why are we letting go of Rosinha? Rosenstrike makes no sense, and now Teixeira wins one fight against Justin Taffa, and he's ranked at 14. You got to be shitting me.
We got Where's Waldo? We got Shamil Gaziev. Like, goodness
Shamil the
gracious.
Blob. King of the Blobs. But I feel like I threw in a very entertaining one. They said, hey, are you gonna give Volk a title defense in Australia? Dana said, yeah, I'm looking at Australia, and I'd love for Volk to fight there. You know who else is entertaining? May not love him, may not win, but he's damn sure entertaining. Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Yep.
Is he retiring? Is he not? Who knows? He's still under contract. I said, give him a fight in Australia. If it's his send-off, it's his send-off. Are we going to give him a wrestling guy who's going to wrestle fuck him? No. Okay? Ty's boring at that, and he'll just lose. We want to be entertained in Australia. Who's a good striker at heavyweight that I would like to see fight Ty that he hasn't fought yet? Just had a fight canceled, and he was my fucking lock in that fight. Give him Kennedy Nzechukwu.
Nice.
Kennedy Nzechukwu, Tai Tuivasa in Australia.
That's honestly a great pick. I didn't think of that until right now. I think that probably would be the best choice. Re-looking at everybody inside of the top 15. You're not going to like my pick, but I like the guy that I picked so much so, and I think he got robbed that I want to see it again just so he can prove himself and right the wrong. Give me Alexander Volkov versus Cyril Gane 2. I think he won that fight. He's a better fighter, and he deserves a title shot, you know? So I like Volkov, man. He's been fighting really well as of late, and the rest of the heavyweights suck, so I don't really care to see him.
Thanks.
But your call out there, Kennedy, at least brings some excitement to this heavyweight division because we don't know what we're going to get with Kennedy. We know that the rest of these guys, they are what they are, right? The writing is on the wall, but Kennedy versus Tai Tuivasa would be an absolute barn burner. They come out swinging, slugging, hitting each other. That would be electric, especially if it was in Australia. You know, the shoeies are flowing.
Yep.
Makes it fun. If the heavyweight division's not going to be good, let's at least make it fun.
Exactly. If we're having Taliesin Teixeira ranked at 14, let's at least throw bangers out there. And if Tai Tuivasa gets a knockout, you watch him chug beer out of a shoe on top of the cage. Like, come on, dude. I mean, they're boring enough when Shamil the Blob is gassed out laying on him. Can't stand it. Cannot stand it. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
It was a lot of fun. I hope we see some of those fights. We honestly should. Some of them probably will come to fruition, but yeah, we should do that more often because it is fun to play matchmaker every once in a while. JP, you want to do a quick touch on the next UFC fight night that we got coming up? Gary and Prates?
Yeah, next weekend. So have a good Easter with your family. Or hide some eggs, find some eggs, crack some eggs. But next weekend, Prates Gary. All right. Some might say some things about Gary. Dude's pretty nasty at fighting. Okay, dude's pretty good. But you guys saw my matchmaking theme, fighting nerds. I mean, are you gonna bet against fighting nerds and Prates? Because he is on a tear as well. Carlos, I smoke cigarettes, Prates. You heard about that?
Oh yeah. He drinks, he parties, he smokes cigs. He's crazy. A wild man,
That's
but very skilled.
crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I have a lean, but in my mind, if it goes short, it's somebody. If it's going longer, it's somebody else. But that one's a banger. Anthony Smith, Ming Yang Zhang. Um, I mean, Lionheart's getting fed to the Lions, to the
To the
Mountain Tiger.
Tigers.
I mean, holy cow. Michelle Pajeda returns after getting ragdolled by Fluffy. Ikram Aliskerov.
That'll
We're
be
good
a
to see
good
him
one.
again, Brevin. Yeah, after he got slumped by Rob
Whitaker
Whitaker.
early.
And we picked Ikram in that one too.
I just hate when you can't see a guy's full skill set. Like, great on
Yeah,
Robert Whitaker, but like at least give us a look at Ikram so we know how to pick him in this
facts.
next, upcoming fight.
Yeah. And he's been out a while now, right?
Yeah,
That was a while ago.
but probably for the best.
True. True. Sharpen your tool set. Come back better. One that Brevin's excited about, I'm sure. Randy Brown, Nicholas Dalby.
Yep.
That one's gonna be a good one. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Out in is
Kansas
this one
City.
Kansas City? Kansas City, ladies and gentlemen, it's at Brevin's old stomping grounds. Okay, not necessarily Kansas City, but out there somewhere. Chiefs fans are gonna be showing out for sure.
That's right. Who are the Chiefs fans going to get behind on this card is the question.
I don't know. We got a country boy on the card.
Not
Matt
really, no.
Schnell.
Yeah, maybe early action Matt Schnell, maybe good old Chelsea Chandler. I don't know. Jimmy Flick.
Flick. Jamon Blackshear returns next weekend, so got a decent little card out in Kansas City. Des Moines, we got a Des Moines card coming up soon. So a lot of good things on the horizon, man. But no fights this weekend, unfortunately. But we had fun playing Matchmaker. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know in the comments too. If you guys like the fights, if you think there's a better fight for somebody, fight you guys want to see. Yeah, it's entertaining, dude.
Yeah, and if you're new to the channel, thank you so very much. We are glad to have you here as part of the Locked Door community. Thank you for your support week in and week out. We love making this UFC content for you guys every single week. JP did really good last weekend. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on our weekly predictions and analysis every single time there's a UFC card.
100%, man. Yeah. Hey, have a good Easter weekend with your family. Take a break from fights. I know our wives will be happy about it. Well, I know my wife will be. I know Brevin's fiance. That was fun. This weekend we were together and we had a little shindig. But yeah, man. Anything else with the people before we let them out of here?
No, just enjoy Easter, spend quality time with your families. It's important. And like JP said, if you are the one that disregards your fiance or your wife during Saturday fights, hey, now's the time to make it up to them. Bring them some flowers, take them out for breakfast in the morning, enjoy the day because you have the Saturday off. But the next Saturday, we'll be right back to it. So tell them to make plans with their friends because you will be in front of the TV.
Oh man. Hey, make sure you find that golden egg. All right. Start stuffing your pockets now for next weekend. See if we can bet. Maybe on Ian Gary. See how we feel about that. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Peace.